So, funny story yesterday. I, with a little help from Matt, I had gotten some quick funds to go and pick up a copy of Godzilla Monster Piece Theater from my local comic shop because I'd been sitting on it. But unfortunately, I found out that they had lost because of the group they're a part of, the shipping company they order from. That basically they lost the order, so I had to go order online. So I will be doing a review of Godzilla Monster Piece Theater soon. It's just when the book arrives, then I got to read it, and I will be doing a review with my friend Matt Denny and when that comes out. But there was another comic that did come in, so I did buy that, and that is Godzilla versus America, Godzilla versus Boston. Now I have been reviewing the Godzilla versus America series, and Chicago and LA, and I think the fourth one, because it's a four-parter, is Kansas City, which I do hope we get to see Godzilla destroy Arrowhead Stadium. That'd be cathartic. Anyway, so as you guys know, for those who don't know, Godzilla vs. America is a one-shot anthology series of Godzilla and him attacking a city. And Chicago and LA had varying different degrees of success, like interest with me. Like, I think Chicago had some solid stories, but LA, I was like, even though the comic was kind of I was pretty happy to have that. I was like, all the funds were going to donations for the LA fires, so that made it a lot better. So, and I think at this point it's just kind of for completionist's sake. So but I don't know if I'll be picking up Kansas City. No idea if I'll be picking up Godzilla versus Kansas City. But where do I stand on versus Boston? It's funny, we don't get to see him destroy Gillette Stadium, but, one can dream. But I will say that the comic that we get is pretty solid. Like, I think this might be the best one yet of the Godzilla versus America miniseries. Yeah, we've got 4 stories in here, starting with The Great Gorilla Whale, which is written by Steve Orlando. Now, why it's called the Great Gorilla Whale, for those who are not major Godzilla fans, the Gorilla Whale is basically what Godzilla's name means, Gorilla Whale. And Steve Orlando tells a story, because for those who don't know, Steve Orlando is a Marvel writer. He's done, obviously, stuff for DC too, but you know him best for, like, Scarlet Witch and a few other titles here and there. But another thing Steve Orlando is known for is also doing kind of like scarier stories. And this is what it kind of is. It's a period piece horror story set in 1888's Boston. Essentially what it is that Godzilla attacks 1800s, because Boston was a whaling village back in the 1800s. That's how they made their income. And essentially what happens is that it starts as like a horror story where this old ship, like, crew survivor of one of Godzilla's attacks, and they call him the Great Gorilla Whale, which I'm like, that's kind of a ham-fisted thing. He looks like neither a gorilla or whale, but I do appreciate the name reference, Steve. The comic's a lot of fun. It's very, like, again, it's a solid, like, period piece horror story that we don't see enough with Godzilla, but I definitely enjoyed it. I really like, again, how much details put into, like, Godzilla's just wrecking house. And I like the shadows from the fire coming off of his scales. I really did enjoy that. So the second story is called Godzilla versus the Lobster That Attacked Boston. And this one's done by, written, illustrated, and lettered by Jesse Lonergan, who I have no idea who that is. But this story is just Godzilla. It's more of a fun comic, and I like the paneling of it, where it just kind of tells you the number of where to follow, and it's just Godzilla fighting a giant lobster. It's not even like you may be thinking, oh, it's Ebra, right? Like it's Godzilla battling Ebra. No, it's not Ebra. It's literally just a giant lobster. That's it. Like you'd think that the joke would be it's Godzilla versus Ebra, but nope, it's just a lobster. It's a decent story. The next one, which is called Make Way for Mothra, is written and illustrated by Hannah Cha, excuse me. And it's more of a storybook kind of comic, where it's beautifully illustrated and treated like a storybook. This is basically a pretty simple comic, a little story of Godzilla brings Mothra's egg to Boston and cares for it and helps Mothra grow up, and it's very cute. That's really it. The final story, The Green Line, is written and drawn by Hayden Sherman, who basically in his story, this might be my second favorite. The Steve Orlando one is pretty solid. I'm always a sucker for like period piece horror stories. And if you had Godzilla, that's perfect. But this one would definitely be the second favorite. Essentially what it is two guys who are running the Green Line train through Boston. Godzilla's in the middle of attack, and they stumble upon that the Simians had kidnapped Godzilla's son, and that's why he's attacking Boston, because he was trying to find his son. It's so refreshing to see I know the real name is the hunters from the invaders of Hunter M Nebula, but you'd know them best as the shape-shifting gorilla aliens from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. And that's really what it is it's just kind of nice, because really IDW, the only time they've been using aliens are the Exilians. Like, they've really not, like, outside of this, I have not seen any other alien race. And I'm like, guys, the Exilians are cool, they're striking and all, but, like, you guys, there's other alien races you can pull from, so it's just nice to see the shape-shifting, the Simians again. It's nice to see them again. I was just worried it was going to be the Exilians for the umpteenth time. So yeah, this one I really enjoyed. There was not a story where I was bored or annoyed by, and I rather enjoyed it. This is probably like the best one yet. And like I said, there's no interconnective tissue with the comics, so you can just pick these up and read whatever. So yeah, that's my review for... I'm so professional on this channel, I swear. That's my review for Godzilla vs. America, Godzilla vs. Boston. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed this review. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.